Good evening, sir.
Hey, कैसा बेटा? Good evening. So, the text was very easy, I hope, right? Super.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Um, John Lennon. John Lennon. All right, let's talk about this guy. Number one, John's father left home when he was
I
5.
hope your conversation is not in English.
Wait.
And if it is in English,
Oh, no, I thought. Okay, guys. Sentence number one, complete the sentence. John's father left home when he was 5. The meaning is very clear. Somebody left home. Who left home? John's father left home when he was 5. Who was 5? Who was 5? John was 5.
John's father.
Is 5? Was 5? Do you understand? Never mix up is and was. Never mix up is and. Okay? Develop a feeling for is, now, was. John's father left home when he was 5. Aisha. His mother died. His
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Died. Good evening. His mother died when.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Renu. His mother died when
Good
When he
evening.
was 17.
he was 17, right? When John was 17. His mother died when he was 17. Number 3, he started the Beatles with Paul and George in
1960.
1960.
In 1960.
1960. In 1960. He started the Beatles with Paul and George in 1960. Abhishek, I cannot see you, Abhishek. Renu,
Yes,
Aisha,
sir.
you're going to turn your camera on, people. Lots of past simple sentences, very easy sentence. He started the Beatles with Paul and George in 1904. Number 4. The Beatles played more than
More than 200
200
concerts.
the Beatles played more than 200 concerts. More than 200 concerts. Number 5. The last album they made was
Abbey Road. Abbey Road.
okay. This sentence is an interesting sentence. The last album they made was Abbey Road. In every sentence, you can see there is a subject. John's father left home. So the subject is John's. Who left home? John's father.
John's father.
John.
John's father is a subject.
Yes, sir.
How many verbs do we have in sentence number one? John's father.
Your voice is not clear.
Okay, Moni. Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, people. John's father left home when he was 5. Notice there are two sentences. One sentence is he was 5 years old, and another sentence is John's father left home. Right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
One sentence is he was 5, and another is John's father left home. And we are connecting them with the word when. The word when is joining the two sentences. John's father left home when he was 5. In English, you can join two sentences exactly the way they are with these words. Okay, take a look. He was 5, John's father left home. I'll give you another two sentences. Join them, okay? I was 28 years old. I got married.
I got
When I
married
was
when I was 20
old.
years old. When I was 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, people? So you can link the two sentences. When you link them, when you join them, they become one sentence. Okay? They become one sentence. Now, John's father left home when he was 5. Second sentence, his mother died when he was 17. Again, you have two sentences. One sentence is when he was 17, and the other sentence is his mother died. And you are connecting them with the word
His
when.
mother died.
Yeah, his mother died when he was 17. He started the Beatles with Paul and George in 1960. The Beatles played more than 200 concerts. The last album they made was Abbey Road. The last album they made was Abbey Road. Give me a second. Nishu is asking for. Okay, I did that. I can see the practice you guys have done here. Very good. Nice. Okay, friends. The Beatles played more than 200 concerts. The last album they made was Abbey Road. Instead of album, if you write movie, then the sentence will change or not,
Yes, sir.
right?
But
Okay. Instead of they, if I write I, instead of they, I write I, then the sentence again changes. It becomes a new sentence, right? Instead of made, I can, when I write movies, can I not write watch, watched?
Yes, sir.
Come on, everybody, tell me the last film you watched.
Salar.
Come on, everybody, make the sentence. The last
The
movie.
last movie
Last
I
movie I
watched in theater was 12th Fail.
Lovely, Renu. Fantastic sentence. The last album Renu watched in the theaters at the cinema was.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sanyogita ma'am.
the last movie I saw
I don't know. Nishu is struggling to join the class. Her internet is bad. हाँ everybody, चलो आखिरी फिल्म जो तुमने देखी कैसे बताओगे? How will you tell me?
The last movie I watched in mobile called Pushpa.
Very nice, very good.
movie, the last movie I watched called Salar
ये देख लो, यहाँ पर कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड है जो छोड़ रहे हो तुम.
is Salar.
The
Was Salar
last
was
movie I watched was
Salar. Salar.
uh, और सुनो easy examples. The last shirt I bought, the last shirt I bought was 2 months ago. The last shirt I bought was 2 months ago. Does it make sense, guys? Do you understand?
No, sir.
Yep. The
The
last
last shirt I bought was 2
was,
months ago. Yeah, sir, I didn't get this.
मतलब आखिरी शर्ट 2 महीना पहले खरीदे थे. The
Was
last, please understand, the last shirt I bought was 2 months ago. और सुनिएगा, the last shirt I bought was a white shirt.
yes, sir. I know.
The last shirt I bought was a white shirt.
The last IPL match I watched 5 months ago.
One more time, Moni.
The last IPL match I watched was 5 months ago.
Fantastic, Moni. Very good job. The last IPL match you watched was 5 months ago. Very good.
The last I recharged my phone is 1 month was 1 month ago.
Very good. The last time I recharged my phone was 1 month ago. The last time I recharged my phone, isn't it?
Last time I charged my
Okay.
The last time I went Bihar Sharif in April.
मैम आपको छोड़ रही हैं. अगर थोड़ा धीरे जाएंगे तो वो छूटा हुआ हिस्सा महसूस होगा. ओके. खुशी, there is the verb form is wrong. खुशी, the verb form. Okay. The last cake I eat or I ate or I eaten, which will be correct, Khushi?
Eight.
The last cake I ate was on my birthday. Khushi wrote, the last cake she ate was on her birthday. Amazing. What flavor was it?
Sir,
Yes.
why use beaver?
कुछ पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है, कुछ पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस महसूस हो जाएगा अगर आप खाली थोड़ा सा धीरे जाओगे, दोहराओगे. आपके पास आपकी मदर टंग है ना, वो गाइड कर देगी. बहुत आसान है. द लास्ट केक खुशी एट was on her birthday,
On her birthday.
and it was a chocolate cake. It was a chocolate flavor cake. Okay, chocolate flavored. Huh. Okay. The last movie I watched at the cinema was Good News, Bad News. I saw this film in Gaya. I saw this film in APR. It was amazing. I enjoyed the experience so much. Again, you made the same mistake, girl. The same mistake you made. Everybody, don't be quiet. आपको quiet नहीं रहना है. आपको अपनी बातें बताते जानी है.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my
The
network is
last
unstable. Which
trip I
mistake are you
went,
talking about?
Okay, let Khushi speak, and then after Khushi, the next person. Yes, Khushi, go on.
Is there any mistake in my sentence?
Yes.
Actually, my network is not good. That's why I didn't
Hmm.
hear you. Please tell me.
I will. Okay, Samir, your sentence is wrong because you're not following the pattern. Okay, मेरी बात समझो और हिंदी में सोचो. The last film I watched was Good News, Bad News.
Yes, yes, I got it.
So
It should be V3.
the last
We too. Past tense means we too. I watched. मैंने देखी की इंग्लिश दोस्तों. मैंने देखी.
I watched.
was
I
I
watched.
watched.
I was
मैं देख रहा हूँ. मैं देख रही
I'm
हूँ.
watching.
I'm
I
I'm
watching.
I'm
watching.
watching.
I'm watching.
मैं देखता हूँ.
I watch.
I watched
I
I watched
watch.
मैं देख रहा था.
I was
I
watching.
was watching
I
I
was
was
watching.
watching.
Was watching. Watch.
Sir, I watched was बोला आपने.
हाँ मैम, मैंने वही बोला और बहुत बढ़िया बोला है. और सबसे ज्यादा मुझे पता है कि आप लोग स्ट्रगल करने वाले हो, कि आपको बहुत ट्रीट करना होगा मेरी बात पे, चाहे वो काशिफ हो चाहे आप हो. सिर्फ और सिर्फ मेरी बात सुनिए और उसको हिंदी में सोचिए. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड वॉज गुड न्यूज बैड न्यूज. द लास्ट
सर
फिल्म
इसकी
आई
हिंदी
वॉच्ड.
सर
कोई
हिंदी
ग्रामर पर मत ध्यान दो, ग्रामर पर मत ध्यान दो, सिर्फ मीनिंग पे ध्यान दो. I'll be right back, give me a second. रेनू, I'll be right back, give me a second. सामने चार बटन वाली वैसी बगल जो रास्ता जाता है, जिसमें महाराजा रोल वाला है, उसके साथ अंदर अंदर आइए. ठीक है, अंदर आकर के बाएं बाएं लीजिएगा. ठीक है, बाएं लेकर के पहला दाएं लीजिए, बाएं लेके पहला.
Hello Sayukta ma'am,
Hello, Renu. How are you?
I'm good ma'am, and you?
Also fine.
And how's your practice?
No more.
Why?
I have no time, Renu,
Yes, because
because
we are
I am working
yes,
in
yes, yes,
school
I
now,
know, I know.
and I'm getting tired.
Yes, I understand this because I'm also working, so I know these things. It's not easy for us
It's not easy.
after.
On
And
Sunday, I was busy in my housework
Yes, I
busy with my
understand.
housework. Busy.
with my housework.
हाँ,
Renu.
हिंदी में बोलते घर के काम में बिजी, लेकिन इंग्लिश में बोलते आई वाज बिजी विद माय हाउसवर्क. ओके.
Yes.
ओके. पीपल, चलो वापस आते हैं. द लास्ट मूवी आई वॉच्ड वाज
Was good.
बैड न्यूज. जरा
Bad
हिंदी में
news.
बोले इस बात को. एवरीबॉडी से इट इन हिंदी.
मैंने अपनी
Last
लास्ट
movie
फिल्म
देखी
गुड न्यूज या बैड न्यूज देखी थी.
ये इसका तरीका ये नहीं है संयुक्ता मैम. अगर इसके आप रिदम पे जाएंगे, इसके फ्लो पे जाएंगे तो थोड़ा अलग है. द लास्ट फिल्म मीनिंग सही है, आप गलत नहीं बोल रहे हैं, बट इसका अरेंजमेंट थोड़ा और अच्छा नेचुरल हो सकता है. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच
आखिरी बार.
द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच खुशी द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड वाज गुड न्यूज एंड बैड न्यूज.
जो लास्ट मूवी मैंने देखी थी वह गुड न्यूज बैड न्यूज थी.
परफेक्ट रेनो.
Yes, sir.
The last English class I attended was yesterday.
Very good, Moni. You are getting
the
it.
the the last conversation I did with my friend was 1 month ago.
और सुपर आतिफ, माइंड ब्लोइंग. बहुत अच्छे बेटा, बहुत अच्छे. तो गाइस, आपको करना क्या है? आपको अपना सेंटेंस सोचने पे टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करना है, आपको इनके सेंटेंसेस को अपना बनाना है. ठीक है, तो आई वुड रिस्पेक्ट एवरीबॉडी टू रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबॉडी टू रिपीट दैट देयर एग्जांपल्स. Renuji, please repeat your example.
Yes, sir. The last movie I watched was 12 Fail.
Come on, everybody. Repeat what you heard. The last film Renu watched was.
Was 12 fail.
The last movie Renu was
The last movie Renu watched was.
watched 12 months ago.
2 months ago.
There's somebody. No? Only kids. Okay. You have your phone with you? You have your phone with you? Some people struggle. It's, I think, night time now. थोड़ी मुश्किल हो रही है. Dial this number. 9631 78 तो कॉल करके पकड़ के आप नहीं पाएंगे. Okay, everyone. So, yes, Khushi, now you're getting it right. तो सब लोग गौर करें. It's very easy. Okay. सब्जेक्ट यहाँ एक वर्ड नहीं है, एक लंबा सा चीज है. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड, ये पूरा का पूरा सब्जेक्ट है. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड, आखिरी फिल्म जो मैंने देखी थी. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड वॉज गुड न्यूज, बैड न्यूज. द लास्ट सॉन्ग आई सैंग वॉज सनम रे. गणपत.
But sir, I didn't get this sentence. The last shirt I bought was 2 months ago. ये हिंदी नहीं समझ पा रही सर इस सेंटेंस की.
Okay, okay, okay. I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt. Okay. You ask, when was that? When was?
When was that?
Was
बस
2 months
क्या
ago.
है? When was that? मैंने कहा I bought a book. I bought a book. आपने पूछा कब? When was that? क्या पूछा आपने? When was
When
that?
was
That was 2 months ago. That was
that? Was 2 months ago.
who?
2 months ago.
The person? It's a man. It's a man, not a woman.
That was 2 months ago.
Nephew.
That's
बापरे. What are you doing, बापरे?
Your sentence. What was your sentence, Atif? Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. The last conversation I did with my friend was 2 years ago.
Hey Ganpat,
2 months ago.
how are you, bro?
Talk to me.
And you?
I did. I
The
did with
last
my friend.
conversation I did
Are you
with
at
my
home?
friend.
Was 2 months ago.
was
When
2 months
are you
ago.
at home?
The
In
last
hostel
conversation with
hostel?
my
Hostel.
friends I did 2 months ago.
Was 2 months ago.
Was 2 months ago.
Hey, Toby.
Hmm. So, what was I talking about? Yeah. Ah, um, I watched a movie. I watched a movie.
Movie.
Then you asked, when was that?
When was that?
Last year,
Yes.
2 years ago. मैं जवाब दे सकता हूँ ना?
Yes.
तो last film I watched was 2 years ago. फिर आप सब्जेक्ट नहीं समझते, जो भी was ड्रॉप करते हैं ना वो सब्जेक्ट नहीं समझते. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड, ये सेंटेंस है या सिर्फ सब्जेक्ट है? पहले गौर करिए. द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड के बाद फुल स्टॉप दिया जा सकता है? नहीं दिया जा सकता है. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ दोस्तों? द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड, इसकी हिंदी करना.
आखिरी फिल्म मैंने देखी.
नहीं, ये इसका मतलब नहीं है. ये
देखा
आखिरी फिल्म जो मैंने देखी, क्या ये बात खत्म हो गई?
नहीं सर, ये बात खत्म नहीं हुई.
ये बात
आखिरी फिल्म जो मैंने देखी.
देखी.
देखी
द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड मतलब आखिरी फिल्म जो मैंने देखी.
देखी.
The last girl I dated. The last girl I dated.
Dated.
आखिरी लड़की जिसे मैंने डेट किया. Right? The last student I killed. मतलब
जो आखिरी बच्चे को मैंने मारा था.
वो आखिरी
स्टूडेंट
स्टूडेंट
का.
जिसको मैंने मारा था. ठीक है? The last student I killed was Shambhu. The last student I killed was Shambhu. Okay? Yeah. जो आखिरी स्टूडेंट जिसको मैंने मारा वो उसका नाम क्या था?
वो शंभू था.
शंभू.
मारा मतलब बीट नहीं, killed. The last student I killed was Shambhu. Okay? The case is still going on. All
Who is
right.
next number, sir?
Come again.
Next number किसका है?
Case number.
No, who
Next
was the
next
next person?
Next,
Student.
How long
next
is the
number.
list? How long
Next
is the
number.
list? How long is the list?
Hilde.
Okay, okay. The first
Maybe you, Atif.
Suna, the first student I killed. The first student I killed. अब क्या हो गया? The first student I killed was Amir. The first student I killed was Amir. Yeah, the last student I killed was Shambhu. In between there were many more. In between there were many more. तो ये भी फिर और आपको सिखाता हूं. मैंने आपको कहा द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड, आखिरी फिल्म जो मैंने देखी, तो वो कौन सी फिल्म थी बताने के लिए मुझे बी वर्ब नहीं चाहिए क्या? द लास्ट फिल्म आई वॉच्ड वाज शोले. ओके, which was the last film you watched? Which was the last film you watched? Okay, और सुनिएगा. The last woman I married was, the last woman I married was, मतलब आखिरी औरत जिससे मैंने शादी की. Okay, the last
कितना
woman
शादी
I married was Moroccan. The last woman I married was Moroccan. जो आखिरी औरत जिससे मैंने शादी की वो कहाँ से थी?
Moroccan.
Moroccan. She was Moroccan. So she was from Morocco. और सुनिएगा, the last woman I married was from Morocco.
Was from Morocco.
Okay. The only teacher I abused, the only teacher I abused was my principal.
No.
Okay. The only teacher I abused was XYZ. मतलब एकमात्र टीचर जिसे मैंने गाली दी वो कौन था? ये सब्जेक्ट है ना. अच्छा, आप ये सब छोड़ दो, बोलो द लास्ट टीचर वाज XYZ. ठीक है? द लास्ट मूवी वाज ABC. मैंने कहा द लास्ट मूवी वाज गुड न्यूज बैड न्यूज. तो लास्ट मूवी कौन सी लास्ट मूवी? क्या लास्ट मूवी वाज ए गुड न्यूज बैड न्यूज? द लास्ट मूवी आई वॉच्ड एट द सिनेमा. ओके, और सुनिएगा, द लास्ट मूवी आई वॉच्ड विद माई फैमिली in my bedroom was सिकंदर का मुकद्दर.
मुकद्दर का
मुकद्दर का सिकंदर सर.
सिकंदर का मुकद्दर.
सिकंदर का.
The last movie I watched with my family in my bedroom was सिकंदर का मुकद्दर.
सिकंदर का मुकद्दर
सिकंदर का मुकद्दर, and I watched it last night.
Okay.
I watched it last night. Okay, इसका मतलब आप लोग बोलेंगे कि जो आखिरी फिल्म सर देखे थे वो पिछले रात देखे थे, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं ना इंग्लिश में? The last movie sir saw was last night. The last movie sir saw was last night.
Last night.
Okay, I hope you understand, guys. The last earthquake was, अगर मैं सिर्फ इतना ही बोलता हूँ, the last earthquake in Bihar Sharif was 5 years ago. तो कोई मुश्किल होती है क्या आपको? The last earthquake in Bihar Sharif was 5 years ago. Renu, the last earthquake in Bihar Sharif was 5 years ago. आखिरी earthquake बिहार शरीफ में कब आया था?
5 साल पहले।
5 साल पहले. Okay, the last earthquake in Bihar Sharif was 5 years ago. आप लोग अपने शहर का बता दो. Tell me about your city, if you remember. झूठी बोल दो कल रात आया था यहाँ तो. The last earthquake my city was last night.
The last World Cup India won was 2024.
Okay, the last World Cup
Last
India won.
India won in 2000.
Okay, very good. This year. Very good. सही जा रहे हैं सब लोग? Khushi, the last time I had a crush. I had a crush. A crush. And Ganpat wrote, the last song he sang was Sanam Re. Ganpat, थोड़ा सुनाओ यार, थोड़ा entertain करो यार, come on. Unmute yourself, Ganpat. The last song you sang was Sanam Re, right?
Sir, I say, as for example, sir.
No. This is not an example. I think you actually sang that song, okay? So why don't you sing? ठीक है दोस्तों, आसान है. देखो अभिषेक जो है ना, 1 नंबर का जो है ये लड़का. The last girl he trapped. The last girl he trapped. Trap मतलब पता है ना, फंसाना, you know? The last girl he trapped was a beautiful girl from Rajasthan. Right, Abhishek? The last girl he trapped was a beautiful girl from Rajasthan. Okay. Abhishek, is that true, Abhishek?
No, sir.
No? Okay. No, sorry, I got it wrong.
Sir,
Last girl he trapped was not that beautiful girl from Rajasthan. She was the second last girl. The last girl he trapped was a very beautiful girl from Tamil Nadu, actually, you know, because his English is now better, so he used his English to trap her. Right, Abhishek? चलो सेंटेंस बनाओ सब लोग. अभी समझ में आ गया ना? इजी है. द लास्ट एल्बम. यस बेटा, उस्मा माज.
The last trip I went with my cousin was 3 years ago.
वेरी गुड अभिषेक, वेरी गुड, वेरी नाइस. अभी जो लोग ध्यान से सुन रहे, धीरे धीरे फिगर आउट करते जा रहे. ओके, ज्यादा घुसना नहीं है, आसानी से समझ आएगा. हाँ, देखने को देखा जाए तो बहुत उटपटांग सेंटेंस है कि आपको पहले.
Last
हाँ,
picnic I went with my friends on 2023.
मैं आपको फिर से बताता हूँ. द लास्ट पिकनिक वॉज इन 2003. द लास्ट पिकनिक वॉज इन 2003. ठीक है, पहले ही बात समझ लीजिए, पहले ये लिख लीजिए. द लास्ट पिकनिक वॉज इन 2000
Last picnic was in 2023.
2023. चलिए ठीक है. द लास्ट पिकनिक वॉज इन 2003. अब ये लास्ट पिकनिक के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहती है ना? कौन सी लास्ट पिकनिक? जो आप अपने परिवार के साथ मनाई थी, राइट?
फ्रेंड्स के साथ गए थे.
के साथ मनाई थी. तो आप ऐड कर दीजिए खाली वो वाली बात. द लास्ट पिकनिक आई एंजॉयड विद माई फ्रेंड्स. द लास्ट पिकनिक आई एंजॉयड विद माई फ्रेंड्स, खाली इतना आपने डाल दिया, बाकी तो वैसे ही है. वॉज इन 2023. ओके.
सर इसको कैसे बनाएंगे सर? लास्ट मैच जो ग्वालियर में हुआ था वो 2 महीने पहले हुआ था.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा रेणु जी. कैसे बोलेंगे? द लास्ट मैच
Was held.
the last match which was played in Gwalior was 2 months ago.
was 2 months ago.
The last match which was played in Gwalior was 2 months ago.
The last girl I flirted was at
The
my
last girl I
college.
flirted with, Moni, the last
Wait.
girl I flirted with was my colleague, from my office. Okay, easy? Okay.
The last travel with the last travel I did with my brother was 2 years ago.
Very good. उसको जर्नी बोल दो बेटा, ट्रैवल की जगह जर्नी, ओके बेटा? The last
The
journey.
last
The last
trip I
journey I
went
did with
was
my
in
brother was
Simla.
2 years ago.
Yes, Renu ji. बिल्कुल. The last trip I had was
Had
in
with my family
was
was
in
in Simla.
yes,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
No problems.
The last match I played was a month ago.
A
A
month
month
ago.
ago.
Very good, Adib. The last match you played was a month ago. सना, जो आखिरी एग्जाम आप दिए थे सना, उसके बारे में बता दीजिए सना बेटा.
सर अभी हमको एग्जाम नहीं दिया.
आखिरी एग्जाम जो भी आप दी थी वो बता नहीं सकती? आखिरी एग्जाम नहीं दिया आपने? कोई आखिरी एग्जाम नहीं है आपका लाइफ का? कम ऑन, क्या बात करती हैं?
यस सर.
हाँ, हिंदी में बोलिए. जो आखिरी एग्जाम मैंने दिया था वो 2 साल पहले था, 3 साल पहले था, ऐसे कुछ बोलेंगे ना? हाँ बताओ.
जो मैंने आखिरी एग्जाम दिया था वो लास्ट ईयर एगो दिए थे.
लास्ट ईयर दिया था यानी 1 साल पहले दिया था. ठीक है, बोलो. द लास्ट
I
the last exam I
The
took the last
I
exam
took
I took
in last 1 year ago.
बेटा आप कनेक्शन कैसे
The
बनाएंगे?
last exam
Last
I
exam
took
I took
was
was
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Please understand.
Exam took was 2 years 1 year ago.
अच्छा, पहले इसको छोटा कर देते हैं. The last exam was 2 years ago. The last exam was 2 years ago. The last exam was 2 years ago. Everybody you comprehend? The last exam was 2 years ago. Easy. अब उस लास्ट एग्जाम के बारे में कुछ बोलना चाहते हो आप? लगा दो. The last exam I took was 2
The
years ago.
last took was
उस सब ना सोचो, ऐसे देखो. The last exam was 2 years ago, guys. The last exam was 2 years ago. इजी है ना? The last exam was 2 years ago. लेकिन ये लास्ट एग्जाम के बारे में कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हो आप, जो मैंने दिया था. तो the last exam I took was 2 years ago. अगर आप बोलना चाहते थे कि लास्ट एग्जाम जो मेरे भैया ने दिया था, तो क्या बोलेंगे? The last exam my brother took was 2 years ago. तो अपने लास्ट एग्जाम के बारे में कुछ बोलना है, कुछ ऐड करना, बस इतनी सी बात है. लेकिन पहला सेंटेंस सिंपल सेंटेंस है. The last exam was 2 years ago.
The last exam I attended was, is it right?
Sir, can I say the last exam I did was 2 years ago?
हाँ, एग्जाम को डू भी करते हैं तो आप डिड भी बोल सकते थे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आप टुक भी बोल सकते थे, डिड भी, बिकॉज वी डू एन एग्जाम, वी टेक एन एग्जाम, दोनों ही सही है. ठीक है, इसलिए. ओके मोनी, आई वुड लाइक टू हियर योर सेंटेंस अगेन.
The last exam I attended was 2 years ago or 1 year ago.
मैं आपको एक एग्जाम सेंटेंस देता हूँ. द लास्ट एग्जाम आई टुक वाज वेरी हार्ड. द लास्ट एग्जाम आई टुक वाज वेरी हार्ड. मेरे भैया ने जो आखिरी एग्जाम दिया था वो बहुत मुश्किल एग्जाम था, बहुत हार्ड था. कैसे बोलेंगे? द लास्ट एग्जाम माय ब्रदर टुक
Brother took
Was very hard.
was very hard.
Last exam my brother took
The
was
last
very
exam my brother took was very hard. संयुक्ता मैम, हो गया ना? क्लियर हो गया ना? सब लोग समझ गए ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, खुशी, your
Now we
sentence.
practice, sir.
The last exam I had was on Saturday. Very good, Khushi. Very good. And Kashif, right? The last girl I talked to. You talk to a girl or talk a girl, Kashif? You talk to a girl or talk a girl? Kashif is gone.
Talk
Hi.
to a girl.
Where are you? Okay, you are here. The last girl you talked to was Korean. Okay. The last girl you talked to was Korean. The last night out Khushi had or Khushi did was on Sunday. Had it better, Khushi. The last night you had was on Sunday. Very ages ago. Okay.
Sir,
अच्छा, ago. बहुत समय पहले. Nishat writes, I'm coming to you, Khushi. Nishat writes a very interesting sentence. The last class I attended, Nishat beta, attended. The last class you attended was a physics class. Okay, Nishat? Where are you? Where are you, Nishat? Yes. The last class you attended was a physics class. Okay. The last flood in Bihar was 4 months ago. Very good. Kashif, the first time I came to Dubai. Dubai पहले क्यों रख दिया? The first time I came to Dubai. The first time I came to Dubai was in 2019. The first time I came to Dubai was. All right, everybody, we can move on. And anybody wants to speak now? Kushi, you wanted to say something, Kushi?
sir, he say I came to Dubai. Came will be used when we are in the same city right now as well.
वो दुबई में इसीलिए वो came to Dubai.
Otherwise, yeah, that's why I'm asking. If I'm in India, I'm saying then I will say went.
हाँ, of course, Kushi, of course.
Oh.
The first time I saw your video was in YouTube.
Very good. Very good. Good example, Moni. ओके जो लोग नहीं दे रहे एग्जांपल वो दूसरे के एग्जांपल रिपीट करेंगे और बाद में रिकॉर्डिंग देख के प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. ओके
Sir, in YouTube or on YouTube?
On YouTube, on YouTube. On and the name of the platform. Okay, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, on Telegram. Okay, guys. So that was lovely. Good practice. I'm asking you a question that you don't have to answer. Do you remember the name of the first person you kissed after growing up? Okay. So you can say the first person I kissed as an adult was ABC, right? The first person I kissed as an adult, as बचपन में तो आप अपने मम्मी पापा भाई बहन सबको किस करते हैं. I'm not talking about that. The first person you kissed as an adult was XYZ. So easy examples हैं. कैसा बेटा कोई टेंशन नहीं. This is a little difficult. बहुत सारे easy sentences guys for you all. Okay. The Beatles broke up in
1970.
1970.
The Beatles broke up in 1970. Okay. Joan and Yoko lived in an apartment near
Central Park.
Very good. Let's read the text.
Also did, sir. I also did.
खुशी नीट मतलब मिलना होता है V1. आप मिले थे ना तो हम मिले थे कि हम मिलते हैं. Yes. Okay. Came in college, came to college.
Came to college.
Came to, okay? Came to college. Good. Very good sentence. The first person Khushi met when she came to college was a girl called Sakshi. Okay. Khushi remembers that girl. Okay. The first person she met when she came to college was a girl called Sakshi. Okay. आप लोग मेरे बारे में बोल सकते हो. The first time I met you was 2 years ago. The first time I met you was 5 years ago. The
first time I met you 5 months ago.
The first time I met you was
5 months
ago. Okay. मैं आपके लिए हेल्प करता हूँ दोस्तों ताकि आप कंफ्यूजन एकदम ना रहे आपके दिमाग.
The first time I met a boy in Patna called Mansu.
जरा देखना दोस्तों. I first met you 2 years ago. देखना कितना आसान सेंटेंस है. 2 years ago. देखो दोस्तों. I first met you 2 years ago. देखो कितना अच्छा आसान है. यहाँ पर सब्जेक्ट है I, वर्ब है met, I first met you 2 years ago. Suno. I saw good news, bad news 2 months ago. Okay? कितना आसान सेंटेंस है दोस्तों, है ना? सब्जेक्ट के बाद mute yourself. Okay. I saw good news, bad news 2 months ago. Good news, bad news. ये कैपिटल से लिखाना चाहिए, लेकिन मैंने बस बदमाशी करी है थोड़ी.
I saw my daughter 2 months ago.
ठीक है जी, बहुत अच्छा. I saw my daughter 2 months ago. ये आसान सेंटेंस सब लोग के लिए, ठीक है. अब इसमें क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग ना, कि पहले ये बात बोल रहे हैं. The last film I saw was 2 months ago. देखो कहां से चला. द लास्ट फिल्म वॉज 2 months ago. ये इस कनेक्शन ये देखना है. द लास्ट फिल्म वॉज 2 months ago. द लास्ट फिल्म आई सॉ वॉज 2 months ago. आई की जगह मैं कर दूं द लास्ट फिल्म माई वाइफ सॉ. अभी मीनिंग बदल गई है ना, बदल गई ना. आखिरी फिल्म जो मेरी वाइफ ने देखा was 2 months ago, was 3 years ago, like that. Okay.
The last cake I made was 1 year ago.
Lovely, Sayugita ma'am. Everybody repeat what Sayugita ma'am said. Sayugita ma'am will
The
repeat.
last cake I made was
No, not
2
you,
months
not
ago.
you. Sayugita ma'am.
1 year ago.
अपने शब्दों में रिपीट करेंगे, अपने शब्दों में. उनके शब्द नहीं रिपीट करेंगे, अपने शब्दों में रिपीट
The
करेंगे.
last cake
The last
The
Sanjukta
last
ma'am
cake
cake
made
Sangyota ma'am
was
The
made
last cake
Made was
Sanjutta ma'am
1 year ago.
made
2
was
made
made
was
1
1 year
years
ago.
ago.
was 1 year ago. 1 year ago.
बहुत बढ़िया. अभी काशिफ का एकदम वंडरफुल सेंटेंस आया है. ओके. द फर्स्ट टाइम आई मेट अ रशियन गर्ल वाज 6 months ago. Okay. He wrote, the first time I met a Russian girl was 6 months ago, but I didn't talk. Didn't के बाद talk लिखेंगे. V2 लिखेंगे बच्चे. काशिफ. Didn't talk or didn't talk.
सॉरी
Didn't
सर,
लिखे ना past tense.
Didn't talk.
डोंट टॉक
Didn't
लिख
talk.
देते.
अरे रे रे रे, मैंने बात नहीं की तो डोंट किधर से आ गया, डोंट किधर से आ गया.
Didn't
Didn't चाहिए
talk.
past tense. क्या
Didn't.
करे. इतना पढ़ने के बाद, ये सारा करने के बाद क्या सीखा आपने. इतना सारा करने के बाद क्या सीखा आपने,
नो
ये
सर,
सारा.
डोंट लिख देते हम, डिडंट करने के चक्कर में उसको भूल गए.
एक बच्चा यहाँ देख, यहाँ देख, यहाँ देख क्या लिखा है. वी डिडंट सी अ फिल्म लिखा है सामने देख.
यस सर.
तो डिडंट सा तो नहीं लिखा है, डिडंट सी लिखा है. डिडंट लीव लिखा है ना, कि डिडंट लेफ्ट लिखा है.
यस.
डिडंट मीट लिखा है कि डिडंट
डिडंट
लिखा है, बताओ.
मीट.
तो फिर वही करो ना. आई डिडंट टॉक टू हर. आई डिडंट
टॉक टू हर.
बिकॉज दैट टाइम आई डिडंट स्पीक इंग्लिश वेरी वेल. बहुत बढ़िया काशिफ, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा. ऐसे ही मेहनत करते रहो, ऐसे ही लिखते रहो, कोई बात नहीं. अभी
The
मिले.
last
Now you can talk to her, right? If you meet a Russian girl now, you can talk to her, right? Okay.
यस सर.
She knows English. आतिफ भाई, आतिफ भैया से सीख रहे हो ना
क्या?
बेटा. हाँ ठीक है, सही है.
I talked a little bit but not very well.
आतिफ, are you ready to welcome a Russian भाभी? आतिफ.
We are ready.
I am
Shabnam,
always ready.
Shabnam, where have you been? The sentences were amazing, all of you. आप लोग ऐसे ही करते रहे. सब लोग बताते हैं संयुक्ता मैम ने आखिरी बार केक कब बनाया था. Everybody, the last
The
time.
last cake
Last
The last
time
cake
Soigita
made
mom
was
made a cake
made
was 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Okay, अब इसी बात को ऐसे बोले. The last cake, the last cake. Last time मत बोलो. The last cake she made, Sayuta ma'am
Last cake
was.
Soigita made was 1 year ago.
Made was 1 year ago.
Yes.
देखो, मैं आपको जिधर से लेके गया आसान हो गया ना. आप लोग कहाँ V2 V1 कर रहे थे फालतू, है ना. जितना ग्रामर चाहिए मैं बता देता हूँ, फिर ही कराता हूँ आपके कॉमन सेंस की मदद से. तो आई गेस नोबडी हैज प्रॉब्लम्स. और फिर प्रैक्टिस करो, एक दूसरे के सेंटेंसेस देखो. एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली ये सेंटेंस देखो हियर. This one, okay. The last album they made together was Abbey Road. Okay. Chalo, let's read. John Lennon, 1940 means
1940
He was born.
1942 to
तो जिंदा
1980.
रहा था इज लाइफ
40
He
means
was
He was born
He was
on
born in
1940.
1940. He was born on
he was
1940.
born in
1980
1940. John
was
Lennon
died
was born in
he
1940.
was born in
40.
40 and he was died
John
in
Lennon was born in 1940 and he died in 1980.
80.
1980.
He was born in 1940 and he died in 1980. John Lennon was one of the Beatles. John Lennon was one of the Beatles. He was one of the Beatles. Okay. The Beatles was a band. The Beatles was a group, guys. Okay, a group. You know. Do you know the name of any bands? Do you know the name of any bands who perform together, sing together?
The band group called Beatles.
Yeah. So the Beatles were a group, okay, and John Lennon was one of the members. He was one of the members.
Member.
Yes. So John Lennon was one of the Beatles. Means you understand? The Beatles is the name of the band. Okay. So Beatles की हिंदी मत ढूंढने जाओ. John Lennon was one of the Beatles. Capital B. Can you see capital B, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
John
Yeah,
Lennon was
yeah.
one of the Beatles. With Paul McCartney, he wrote some of the greatest songs of the 20th century. हमने he wrote क्यों लिखा है यहाँ पे? हिंदी में उन्होंने लिखा था. He wrote. Past time. He wrote. उन्होंने लिखा. With Paul McCartney, he wrote some of the greatest songs of the 20th century people. He wrote some of the greatest songs, not one of the greatest songs, some of the greatest songs. एक नहीं, एक से ज्यादा, some of the greatest songs. अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि आप मेरे अच्छे स्टूडेंट्स में से हैं, आप लोग मेरे अच्छे स्टूडेंट्स में से हैं, you are
Some of my
greatest
Some of my
students.
great-
Or
some of my good students.
good students. You are some of my good students. Greatest में नहीं, ठीक है? You are some of my good. Okay? अगर मैं कहूं मेरे जितने सबसे लेजी स्टूडेंट हैं उसमें से तुम लोग हो, तो कैसे बोलेंगे?
Some
You are
of
some of my
you
lazy
are some of my
laziest
students.
But
Lazy
that's
students.
not true. That's not true. You're not. That's not true.
Laziest.
Yeah, that's not true. Okay, not some of my laziest students. You are some of my good students. Okay. अच्छा जा रहा है, ऐसे ही चलाते चलना. ओके बेटा, प्रैक्टिस करोगे जो पढ़ा दिया मैंने?
Yeah.
जो बता दिया मैंने सेंटेंस बनाना है बैठ के. टाइम देना पड़ेगा इंग्लिश को, तब इंग्लिश तुम्हारी. ओके, इफ यू डोंट गिव टाइम, भाई बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, लाइफ में जिस चीज को टाइम दोगे वो तुम्हारी. बात समझ रहे हो ना? Why didn't Katrina marry Salman Khan? Because Salman Khan did not give time to Katrina. Okay, Vicky Kaushal gave time to Katrina. Then Katrina said, "Okay, I'll marry you." So, अगर आप इंग्लिश को टाइम दोगे, English will marry you. English will choose you. Simple. Yep. John Lennon had an unhappy childhood. John Lennon had an unhappy. काशिफ, बेटा मेरे बच्चे, तू मेरी बात मानेगा, मेरे पे भरोसा करता है? काशिफ धर्मोचक.
Yes.
No, the other Kashif, not Atif's brother. Kashif from Dharmuchak. Kashif, बेटा दूसरों के एग्जाम्पल को रिपीट करो. तुम अपने एग्जाम्पल्स मत बनाओ मेरे बच्चे. अभी ना तुम्हें डिसिप्लिन चाहिए इंग्लिश में, और वो आएगा. काशिफुद्दीन इज नाउ इन द ग्रुप. ओके, ही वाज नॉट हियर. ओके, सारे लोग को कह रहा हूं जिनको स्ट्रगल होना ज्यादा, वो दूसरों के एग्जाम्पल को रिपीट करो दिमाग में कि अच्छा वो ये बोला, अच्छा वो ये बात बोला. ओके, देन यू विल इजिली मेक योर ओन सेंटेंस. जॉन लेनन had an unhappy childhood. मतलब क्या हुआ बेटा? उसका चाइल्डहुड बहुत अनहैप्पी था. His childhood was unhappy. Now अपने बारे में बताओ, अपने बारे में. Come on.
My childhood.
माँ यहाँ तो बोलना ही नहीं, बोलो I.
I had
I had a happy childhood.
happy childhood.
Happy childhood.
ओके एवरीवन, ऐसे ही प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. जो सामने लिखा होता है ना, उसी के हिसाब से. ये नहीं कि उसको बदल दे फटाक से, जैसे तुमने बदलने की कोशिश की. माई चाइल्डहुड, वहां तो बात ही नहीं थी माई चाइल्डहुड. हाँ बोल सकते हैं आप, लेकिन आप इसकी प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं ना, तो ऐसे रखिए, जॉन लेनन हैड एन अनहैप्पी चाइल्डहुड। अच्छा बोलिए कि कुछ औरतों की शादी ना उतनी खुशगवार नहीं होती, उनमें बहुत परेशानी होती। सम विमेन
Some
या
women
Some
had
women,
unhappy married life.
some women made
आपने
some
हैड क्यों बोला? होती
women,
थी, होती हैं, क्या बोलना चाहते हो आप? मन में क्या चल रहा है आपके? होती थी या होती है?
होती हैं।
होती थे।
तो फिर आपने
तो
हैड
had
क्यों
some
Some
women
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 have
have
an
Some
unhappy
have
some women
some
happy wedding.
unhappy married
women
life.
have
Married life.
Married life.
some women have an unhappy married life.
Some women
Some men
have
have
happy married life.
an unhappy married life.
Married life.
Some
Okay.
men have
And what do you think about my married life? Do you think I have an unhappy married life or a happy married life, guys? What's your opinion?
hap-
The way you talk
happy
about
married
my
life.
life. Huh?
Happy married
Happy
life.
married
married
life.
life.
Have happy married life.
sir
Happy
have
married
a
life.
happy married life.
You have a happy married life.
Impossible. Men cannot have a happy married life. Men cannot.
Women
Unhappy
also,
married
sir.
life.
Women also.
Come on, Sayogita, man.
Really,
Uh,
sir, really.
it's very easy. Women become the malkin, and men become the knocker. So who is happy? Who is unhappy?
Who, no,
Women is happy.
Someone
woman
who
is not
loses
a
his freedom.
malkin, sir.
Woman is happy.
Men lose their freedom. Men
No,
lose their
sir.
freedom in their married life. Women
No,
get
sir.
everything. They get everything. Most important, they get the key to the locker, the key to the chest. So I think women can't be unhappy. Men are unhappy. अच्छा इसीलिए कहते हैं there is a saying, happily married men, ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं होती दोस्तों. Happily married men, ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं होती. Okay. Yes. मेरे किस बात को सीरियसली लेना है, किसको नहीं लेना है, ये आपका डिसीजन होगा. If you make a bad decision, it will be your mistake, not mine. I say a lot of things here in the class. Okay, so you decide which one to take seriously, which one not to take seriously. Okay. John Lennon had an unhappy childhood. His father left home when he was 5. Easy sentences, past tense, practice हो रही है.
Yes, sir.
His
Yes, sir.
father
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
5. Aman beta, I'm in the class. I'll call you back at 8 o'clock. Okay, 8:30. Okay.
सर इसको किस टेंस में लेंगे? कुछ बच्चों का जीवन अच्छा हैप्पी नहीं होता,
तो
पास्ट में
प्रेजेंट है,
नहीं।
प्रेजेंट की बात है ना, फैक्ट्स है ना, फैक्ट्स है ना.
यस सर,
Some
यस,
children have unhappy life.
डजंट हैव अनहैप्पी लाइफ.
Children.
सम चिल्ड्रन डजंट हैव
Happy.
अनहैप्पी लाइफ.
Children don't. Children doesn't need. Children don't. Child doesn't.
Don't.
यस सर, यस सर.
Children don't.
Don't
So
have.
his mother couldn't bring him up. His father left home when he was 5. His father left home.
Left
Left
home.
home when he was 5.
If you want to say कि औरत को उसके हस्बैंड ने छोड़ दिया जब वो प्रेग्नेंट थी, कैसे बोलेंगे? Her husband
Her husband left
Husband.
his wife when she was pregnant.
Yes, when she was pregnant.
Pregnant.
Okay. His mother couldn't bring him up. His mother couldn't bring him up. उसकी माँ उसको पालन पोषण नहीं कर पाई. His mother couldn't bring him up. Couldn't is the past of can't. His mother couldn't.
Yes.
Everybody बार बार अपने दिमाग को दोहराओ. Can't मतलब present, couldn't मतलब past. हिंदी में भी करके देखो. नहीं आता है, नहीं होता है, नहीं हो पाएगा, can't. नहीं हो पाया, नहीं कर पाया, couldn't. Got it? हिंदी भी समझना बहुत जरूरी. कर नहीं पाए, couldn't. His mother couldn't bring him up. उसकी माँ उसका पालन पोषण. She couldn't bring him up. Bring him up. Bring मतलब तो ऐसे लाना होता है, लेकिन bring him up मतलब उसका पालन पोषण पाए. Okay, she couldn't bring him up. Okay, so have you heard of the story of Krishna? Krishna's mother Devaki could not bring him up because she was in jail. She could not bring him up. So who did? फिर किसने किया? Who did?
Yashoda.
Yashoda did. Yashoda brought up Krishna. Yashoda brought up Krishna. अब बताओ brought up क्या हुआ? V2 of bring up is brought up. तो यशोदा brought up Krishna. Easy, guys? Easy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Who brought you up? Who brought you up? Your mom, your dadi, your bua, your masi? Who brought you up? Your parents?
Mom.
Your
My
uncle?
parents.
Parents.
My parents brought
My
up
parents
Yes, sir.
My
My
parents
parents.
brought
me.
brought up
me up,
me.
brought
I
me.
have Tawfiq sitting next to me, but his parents did not bring him up. His mama, mommy brought him up, right? Tawfiq? Tawfiq's mama, mommy brought him up. Okay, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. इसको दूसरे तरीके से बोलना चाहोगे?
Hmm.
I was brought up by my parents. I was
Brought up
Brought
my
up
Brought up
parents.
My
by my
parents.
parents.
I was brought up by my parents.
My parents.
I
I
am
was
brought
by
up
my
by
parents.
my
I was
parents.
brought up by my
I
parents.
was brought up my grandparents.
I
Yeah,
was
Brought
brought up
up by.
by my grandparents.
Hmm. Moni, you were brought up by your grandparents.
No, no, it's just a sentence.
Oh, okay.
But I brought up.
I was brought up by
I was brought up by my grandparents.
you, Renu.
Yes, sir.
You were brought up by who?
My grandparents, sir.
Oh, Renu was brought up by her grandparents. Oh,
मतलब सर मेरा मतलब इसलिए में है कि मतलब ज्यादातर समय या ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड मैंने उनके साथ किया, मैंने अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ नहीं किया।
you could say
इसलिए
that in English. I was
Yes.
brought up by my by my grandparents, not because my parents refused to bring me up. No,
I
no.
was
They
brought
were
up.
just busy.
because
They were just
my
busy.
parents bring me
They were busy. They were busy. They did not
because
spend
they
much
were
time with me.
they
So
were busy.
I grew up with my grandparents around me. Okay,
Yes,
got
sir.
it. Got it, Renu. Yes, Shabnam. Shabnam, what happened to your phone? We can't see you.
Sir, I am on camera.
I know, but something, I don't know about your cameras. Maybe clean
Okay,
the
sir.
glass, clean
Camera
the
is not clear. Please clean it.
Yes, sir.
glass of the camera, maybe. I don't know. Something is different. It's
I
the
think glass
video
is
record.
blurring.
Watch the recording later and you will see what I'm talking about. Abhishek was brought up by two beautiful fairies. Abhishek was brought up by two beautiful fairies. Yeah. Right, Abhishek? And they taught him how to trap girls. Those fairies taught him how to trap girls with his sweet, sweet words. Samir was brought up by a mermaid. देखो क्या बोल रहा है समीर? Your friend is saying that you were brought up by a mermaid.
No, sir. It's lying. I brought up my parents.
I was brought up by my parents. भाई
I was
लोग
brought up by parents.
focus बढ़ा ले, okay? I was brought up by my
Brought
parents.
up by
Of
my
course.
parents.
Yes, of course. Okay. So his mother couldn't bring him up. His father left home and his mother couldn't bring him up. So John lived with his Aunt Mimi. So John lived with his Aunt Mimi until he was 19. He lived with his Aunt Mimi. यहाँ तक समझ में आ रहा है? He lived with his Aunt Mimi until he was 19. यहाँ दो sentence है, दो sentence. पहला है he was 19 and he lived with his Aunt Mimi. तो until से जोड़ के देखो. John lived with his Aunt Mimi until he was 19. तो जब 19 साल का हुआ तो उसने अपनी आंट के साथ रहना
छोड़ दिया
छोड़
बस
दिया।
ये समझना जरूरी है तुम्हें. This is what you need to understand. He lived with his Aunt Mimi until he was 19.
90 तक ही
वो
था,
रहता था 90 तक अपने आंटी के
19 तक
साथ।
ही था।
नहीं मैं वो नहीं बोलना चाहूंगा. तक 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 गाना नहीं करना. आपको खाली ये समझना है कि जाना साथ रहना छोड़ दिया. मैं आपको देता हूँ ना
Yeah.
छोड़
सेंटेंस.
दिया।
मैंने 19 साल में स्मोकिंग करना छोड़ दिया. तो आप मुझे बताओ कैसे बोलोगे? यही अंटिल वाला यूज करके कैसे बोलोगे? ऐसे तो बहुत तरीके हैं लेकिन अंटिल वाला यूज करो.
You leave smoking
I
until 19.
until I was 19.
आई के बाद बोलो. आई के बाद क्या बोलना है?
I
I
left
left smoking.
I left smoking.
अरे भाई
Yes,
बिल्कुल.
sir.
यहाँ तो
I
लिखा है
stopped.
John lived with. नहीं लिखा है ऐसा कुछ भी. देखो क्या लिखा है, जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी। जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी, यानी जॉन रहता था। जो काम बंद कर दिया वो काम लिखना है ना?
I smoked
I stopped
until I was
smoking.
परफेक्ट
19.
मॉनी,
I
यू आर
stopped
फैंटास्टिक।
smoking
यस।
until I was 19. I stopped smoking until I
नो
was 19.
नो 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 नो, आपको सीखने की जरूरत है और गौर से सीखने की जरूरत है। सब लोग गौर से सुने और सीखें। ओके,
Smoking.
लर्न, म्यूट
I
योरसेल्फ,
smoked.
म्यूट
आई
योरसेल्फ, म्यूट
स्टॉप्ड
योरसेल्फ।
होगा सर, आई
Please,
स्टॉप्ड
please, please, please,
स्मोक।
please stop, mute yourselves and listen to me। बहुत ध्यान से। मैंने कहा अगर आप लोग की गौर करने की क्षमता मैं बढ़ा दूं तो फिर आप मेरे बगैर भी सीख सकते हो। देखो, जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी until he was 19। पहला सेंटेंस है जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी। ना यहां स्टॉप है ना यहां लेफ्ट है। जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी, वो अपनी आंट के साथ रहता था until he
आई
was
स्मोक्ड
19।
अंटिल आई वाज
I
आई
Only I will
19।
speak. Only I will speak. Everybody mute. Everybody mute. Only I will speak. You will listen only carefully। देखो कनेक्शन, जब वो 19 साल का हुआ तो यहां जो लिखा है वो उसने बंद कर दिया। यानी 19 साल के होने पे वो आंट मिमी के साथ रहना बंद कर दिया। लेकिन लिखा कैसे है, जॉन लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी अंटिल ही वाज 19। मैंने आपको बताया कि मैंने स्मोकिंग बंद कर दी 19 साल में। तो मेरे लाइफ में अंटिल आई वाज 19 अगर लिखा तो उस यहां तक 19 के पहले वो क्या करता, आंट मिमी के साथ रह रहा था, यही लिखा है ना, ही लिव्ड विद हिज आंट मिमी। तो मैं क्या कर रहा था, मैं तो स्मोकिंग कर रहा था ना। तो
यस
आपको बोलना होगा, प्लीज प्लीज लिसन, I smoked,
यस
smoked, खुशी smoked, past tense, everybody, I
आई
smoked
स्मोक्ड
until I was 19।
अंटिल आई वाज 19।
19 का
यस
होने पे मैंने बंद करा।
हम्म
क्या बंद करा? स्मोकिंग। I smoked until I was 19।
19।
कुछ
He
समझ में आया
smoked
दोस्तों?
until he was 9.
हाँ, आप लोग मेरी बात को अपने शब्द में बोलो। बोलो सर, यू
You smoked until
Sir,
you were
you
You
smoked
19.
until
until
he
you
was
Until
19.
he was
he was
19.
He
19.
was 19.
he
You was.
Sir,
You smoke
this
until
is
he
right
was
way.
19।
Until I was 19, I smoked.
You smoked।
मतलब आगे पीछे करने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन उसका अपना एक रिदम है, वो समझ में आ जाएगा धीरे धीरे। यू आर न्यू टू इंग्लिश, एज यू स्पेंड मोर टाइम यू विल स्टार्ट टू रियलाइज कि पॉइंट क्या है आपका। ओके, आई स्मोक्ड अंटिल आई वाज 19। तो आप मुझे बताएं, अगर मैं बताऊं कि मैं तो मुझे तो लत पड़ी हुई थी, ये क्या कहते हैं, दारू की। लेकिन फिर 24 साल के होने पे मैंने छोड़ दी। 24 साल का हुआ ना तो मैंने छोड़ दी। आई वॉज
He who lived
I was
I
drunk
drink
in
until I was
I was
24.
drink until
drink
he
I
was
was drunk until I
20.
चलो, आई ड्रैंक वाइन, आई ड्रैंक
I
वाइन।
drank wine।
Until
I
I was
drank
24.
wine until I was
I
24.
Until
I
I
was
was
20.
drank wine
you
until he
drink
was
wine
24.
until you was 18.
ओके एवरीबॉडी, अब सुनो, गौर से सुनो। हम ना 11 साल की उम्र तक मम्मी के साथ सोते थे, उसके बाद अलग सोना शुरू किए। अभी कैसे बोलेंगे?
I
हाँ,
I slept with my mother
Sleep
until
I
I
my
sleep
slept
mother
with my mother.
Slept
my
with my
mother
Mother,
until
with
I
I was
was
Slept with
my
11।
my
11।
mother.
mother
I left
I
until I was
I was
till I
11.
was 11. I
until
अंटिल आई वॉज 11।
और
अब सुनो,
until
अब
I
सुनो,
was
my
ठीक है।
grandparents
अरे
until I
हम
was
शादी किए तब जाके मेरा दारू छूटा है। अब बोलो कैसे बोलोगे? यही अंटिल वाला यूज करके कैसे बोलो?
when I was married.
मैम कहाँ
And
when
चले गए
I
मैम?
got married.
I
कहाँ
got
चले गए
married
मैम?
and no
when
Got
I
married
drank wine
when I got
until I was
married.
married.
I drank wine
I
until
drank
I
wine
was married.
until I was married.
बात समझ में आ रही है दोस्तों? आई ड्रैंक वाइन अंटिल आई वॉज मैरिड।
Married.
married.
यानी आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि बंद होने वाला टाइम कैसे लगाते हैं? चलिए, कुछ अपने लाइफ की बातें बतानी है आपको। हर एक को जो जो मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं उसके साथ अपनी लाइफ से जुड़ी बात बतानी है। क्या आपकी लाइफ में कोई चीज थी जो एक टाइम पे बंद हुई? तो आप बोल सकते हैं। मैं आपको बताऊं, 8वीं क्लास 9वीं क्लास तक मैं हाफ पैंट पहनता था। यानी कि बंद मैंने कब किया? 9वीं क्लास में जाकर बंद किया। ठीक है, कैसे बोलेंगे? आई वोर shorts, half
I
pants.
was
Until 8th
until I
class.
was 8th class.
Until class
Till I
8.
was in 8th class.
Until I was class 9.
Until I was in class
I
9.
was in class
I was
9.
in class 9.
I wrote
I
Hindi
wore skirts
until I was
until in I was in class 6.
Okay, class 6
I
में आपने
played
स्कर्ट पहनना
I
बंद कर
played
दिया.
Yes, sir.
Very good, ma'am.
I
I
played
played
cricket until
kabaddi
I wrote
until I was 14.
Okay, very good. अभी बारी बार से निशात, आपने गेम माइनक्राफ्ट खेलना कब बंद किया था? 10 साल की उम्र में बंद कर दिया था. निशात,
Yes.
आपने बंद कर दिया 10
Yes.
साल की उम्र में.
Yes, sir.
बोल के दिखाओ बेटा. I played Minecraft until I was 10.
Yes, 10.
बहुत
I
बढ़िया बेटा.
played 10
खुशी ने
Minecraft.
खुशी कब बंद की? खुशी कब बंद करी लिखना? जब एग्जाम बेल रिंग हो गया ना, एग्जाम में बेल बजा तब जाके बंद की. तो शी रोट हर एग्जाम, she wrote her exam until the exam bell rang. Until the exam bell rang. Until the exam bell rang. Okay. Khushi, the exam bell. The exam bell. The exam bell. Shabnam, I would like to hear your sentence.
Yes, sir.
One, Shabnam.
I played kabaddi until I was 14.
Seriously, is that true, Shabnam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Of course, with girls, right? Not with boys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You know what?
Because I left my school life. I
Hmm.
left my school life, sir. So
When you were 14, you left school.
yes, sir.
You were 14 and you left school. Oh, you told me your Dadaji, right? Your Dadaji was not happy about it, right, Shabnam? Shabnam's Dadaji was a little conservative, I think, narrow-minded. लड़की को बाहर स्कूल नहीं जाना है इतने साल के बाद. Things like this. I think she told me that. Okay, guys, I have to tell you. In my mohalla, when we were small, boys and girls played together. We played together until we were 11 or 12. We played together, no problem. It was not like you're a boy, you're a girl, stay away. No, we played together until we were 11, 12 years old. Yeah. There was a family, a rent in front of my house, and they had 5 children, and we all played together. It was not like, okay, they had 2, 3 girls, and 2, 3 boys, and we all played together. There was no like, no, boys will play with boys, girls will play with girls. We played together until I think we were 11, 12. Yeah.
Sir, I also played with boys until I was 12 or 13.
Yeah, they know that's
Yes, sir.
not everybody, this is not true for everybody. They know. You may think that it is a normal thing, but it is not a
Yes, sir.
normal thing for everybody. A lot of people stop being with the other gender when they are 7 or 8.
Yes, sir.
A lot of boys stop playing with girls once they turn 7 or
I
8.
played cricket with boys when I was 13.
Oh, really? Cricket?
Oh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
great.
Were you a batsman or bowler? Batter or
Both.
Or all-rounder.
wow. Did you play well? Did you play well?
Not very well, sir, but I play.
Did they respect you as a player? Did they want you in their team? That I want Renu in our team. We want Renu in our
No one, sir.
Okay. Normally what happens, boys say, no, not the girl, because she's not very good. Girls sometimes fail to match up to the boys' level,
Yes, sir.
in sports.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm saying this without without showing any disrespect, guys.
Because ball and bat I have, so that's why they decide
Oh,
to
because
play.
it was your bat, it was your ball.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You are
Okay.
the owner.
Got the point. Got the point. You blackmailed them into,
Yes,
keeping their team. Okay. All right.
I
तो आप लोग
played PUBG until Corona was not gone. Is it right?
नहीं 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 नहीं, कहाँ? आपको तो बताना है कब रुका, कब रुका, ये बताना है इस सेंटेंस में। कब रुका? व्हेन डिड यू स्टॉप? मोनी, कब रुका?
No, I say I played PUBG until Corona was not gone. मतलब कोरोना
क्यों?
जब तक नहीं गया तब।
आप हिंदी से नहीं बोलना है, आपको हिंदी के शब्दों को जहां ऑर्डर रखना है, सब उलट पुलट हो जाएगा। अच्छा आप मुझे बताओ, मैंने जब आपको कहा आई ड्रैंक वाइन अंटिल आई गॉट मैरिड, इसको ऐसे नहीं बोला जा सकता, जब तक मेरी शादी नहीं हुई थी हम पीना बंद नहीं किया, ऐसे ही तो बोल सकते हैं ना, ठीक है? लेकिन फिर भी मैंने कहा अंटिल आई गॉट मैरिड, क्योंकि शादी होने के बाद अंटिल के बाद वो टाइम, वो चीज लिखते हैं जब बंद होना है कोई चीज, ठीक है? तो अब बताओ कब बंद हुआ? तो कोरोना के बाद आपने बंद कर दिया, कोरोना के बाद आप नहीं खेले, राइट? कोरोना आया तो फिर आपने बंद कर दिया। तो ये स्टॉप, यू प्लेड, नॉट स्टॉप, यू प्लेड पबजी until corona arrived, until covid arrived, okay? So ये एक until वाला सेंटेंस आपको थोड़ा देगा टेंशन शुरू शुरू में, ओके? बट आप सीख जाओगे उसको बोलना धीरे धीरे, डोंट वरी। लास्ट सेंटेंस गाइस, लास्ट सेंटेंस। मुझे उसकी वैल्यू, उसकी कीमत का एहसास नहीं हुआ, ठीक है? जब वो चली गई मेरे जिंदगी से तब जाके एहसास हुआ, ठीक है? तो आई डिडंट, कब जाके एहसास हुआ? जब वो चली गई, ओके? आई डिडंट appreciate, realize, you know, until she was gone, until she was gone.
Gone.
I didn't appreciate her value until she was gone.
Yes, gone.
ठीक है? बात समझ में आई? तो आप ना बस वही लाइन बोलते रहना आप लोग जो मैंने सिखाया आपको को अभी, ये वाला, he lived with his aunt Mimi until he was 19। अच्छा चलो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मेरी वाइफ ना गांव में रहती थी, 15 की हुई तो गांव में रहना बंद कर दी, कैसे बोलेंगे?
She left her village.
My wife
नहीं.
live in village until
Until
She
she
lived
was
in village
15
until
she
15.
was 15.
She was 15.
तो आपको बस एक सेंटेंस पे 10-15 बार अपनी लाइफ की, मेरी लाइफ की बात है। माई वाइफ लिव्ड इन हर विलेज अंटिल शी वॉज 15।
Until she was 15.
आपको मेरी बात खोल बोलना है, दोहराना है कि सर्स वाइफ,
wife lived in a village until she was 15.
खुशी तुम्हारी वाइफ है, मुझे नहीं पता, ओके?
I lived in Jamshedpur until I was 19.
Yeah, very good.
I was making sentence for you.
Yes, but you have to write your own sentence. तो आपको मेरे जगह आई की जगह लिखना था my teacher's wife lived in her village until she was 15. Okay.
सेंटेंस तो पहले भी
About until Sarah came. हाँ.
You are confused about your English till you met your US friends.
Exactly, very good example. बहुत तेजी से भाग रहे हो तुम, धड़पक धड़पक दौड़ रहे हो अब तुम, ठीक है? होता था ना कि नहीं समझ में आता था, ये करीब रहना मायने रखता है बेटा, और कोई बात नहीं है, ठीक है? इंग्लिश के करीब रहे, समय दें। ये बच्चा जो बैठा है मेरे बगल में, ही वॉज स्ट्रगलिंग सो मच, ठीक है? मैं आपको बता सकता हूं कि अगर आप समय देंगे, ये हो नहीं सकता कि आप नहीं सीखें। कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि पानी में चीनी डालें और पानी मीठा ना हो? ऐसा कौन सा नियम बना है? किस कंडीशन में ऐसा होगा कि पानी में चीनी डालें और पानी मीठा ना हो? ऐसा तभी हो सकता है जब पानी बहुत खारा हो, जब पानी बहुत खारा हो, राइट? यानी आपका दिमाग बहुत कमजोर होगा तो थोड़ा कम स्लो चेंज आएगा। लेकिन आप सब एवरेज हो, ऑर्डिनरी हो, मोर देन एवरेज हो कुछ लोग, तो आप तो जल्दी सीख जाओगे। बस गिव टाइम, समय दो। प्रॉब्लम क्या है, आपको बचपन से बता दिया है ये करना वो करना, इंग्लिश ठीक हो जाएगा। आप उन बातों को मानना बंद करो जो आपको टीचर्स ने पहले बताया, एंड बिलीव व्हाट आई से, फॉलो व्हाट आई से, एंड सी हाउ योर इंग्लिश विल स्टार्ट टू चेंज। मैं बता रहा हूं, ये अनटिल वर्ड को इतनी आसानी से लोग नहीं समझ पाते अगर आपने मेरी बात पे ध्यान नहीं दिया होता तो, ठीक है? तो लास्ट सेंटेंस, आपको इंग्लिश जब यहां आए तब जाके एहसास हुआ, उसके पहले नहीं हो रहा था। आई डिड नॉट appreciate the English until I came here.
Until I came here.
Practice, everybody. He
Sir,
lived with, yes.
I send a sentence. Can you check?
Why did you send? Why didn't you speak?
I have dot.
Where is
Can you
your
check this here in chat?
Where? I don't see.
In chat.
No, I played with girls until I was 16.
No, I angered every small thing.
यही वाला ना?
No, I angered every small thing.
ये एंगर ऐसे बोलना होता है. I got angry for no reasons. I was a short-tempered person. I was a short-tempered person until I was 24. Okay? 24 साल तक की उम्र तक आप बहुत शॉर्ट टेम्पर्ड थे, उसके बाद बंद हो गया शॉर्ट टेम्पर्ड होना. राइट?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I'm leaving class.
Sure, no problems. Okay.
Bye bye.
Yeah. He lived with his aunt Mimi until he was 19, and when he was, जरा when वाला देखना, when he was 17 his mother died. तो until और when में confuse मत होना, ठीक है दोस्तों? Until बताता है कोई चीज कब रुका, और when बताता है कोई चीज कब हुआ. Okay?
Yes.
Got it? ठीक है?
Yes.
हाँ. देख, कुछ बच्चे हैं ना तब तक खाते रहेंगे जब तक उनको टॉयलेट जाने की जरूरत ना समझ में आ जाए. ठीक है? They feel the pressure to go to the toilet. Some children go on eating until they feel the pressure. ठीक है ना? Samir is one of them. Okay. Samir, your friend is saying you are one of those guys, who continues eating until they feel the pressure to go to the toilet. So, आप
Lying, sir.
Even he have a invitation card of wedding.
Okay. So, when का यूज करते हैं कोई काम कब हुआ बताने के लिए, और until कोई काम कब रुका. दोनों में फर्क समझ आ रहा है दोस्तों?
Yes, sir.
तो अपना थोड़ा देख के प्रैक्टिस करना, सामने जो लिखा है उसको देख के, सामने सेंटेंस को देख के, किताब सामने रखना, और हाँ रिकॉर्डिंग भी देख लेना प्रैक्टिस करते समय. When he was 17, his mother died in a car crash. He went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool. He went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool. Okay? He went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool. आप लोग की अच्छी इंग्लिश होगी, आपकी इंग्लिश की ग्रोथ से ही हमारे क्लासेस चलते हैं, याद रखें आप. ठीक है? आपके बाकी इंस्टीट्यूट की तरह हम बैनर पोस्टर नहीं लगाते बच्चों. तो आपकी इंग्लिश ग्रो होती है तो इट हेल्प्स मी एज वेल. हालांकि आप मेरे हेल्प करने के लिए नहीं पढ़ेंगे, मुझे पता है कि दूसरे के लिए कौन कुछ करता है. राइट? तो ऑफ कोर्स यू विल स्टडी फॉर योर बेटर फ्यूचर, बट in the process it will definitely help me, because that is how it has been going on for last 15 years. Okay?
Say, how can you speak like this when I will say
आपको बस खाली फॉलो करना है मेरा एडवाइस, दैट्स ऑल. लेट्स कंटिन्यू. His mother died when he was 17, and his mother died in a car crash. His mother died in a car accident. He went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool, guys. He went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool. Okay, everybody goes to school. He also went to school. Where did he go to school? He went to school in Liverpool. What was the name of the school where he went? He went to Quarry Bank High School.
Quarry Bank High School.
Where is
Quarry
this?
Bank High School.
In Liverpool.
Okay, he went to Quarry Bank High School in Liverpool. He met George Harrison. कितना easy sentence है. He met George Harrison and Paul McCartney. And in 1960, they started a band called the Beatles. Easy, guys? Very easy?
Yes.
Beatles recorded their first single. The Beatles recorded their first single. Single means a cassette. Single means a cassette of one song. Single means cassette of one song. They recorded their first single, Love Me Do. What is this? Love Me Do क्या है भाई?
It's a song.
It is the name. It is the name of their single. Single means cassette of one song. So what was their first single?
Love Me Do.
Me too.
And the Beatles recorded it in 1962. Okay, the Beatles recorded their first single in 1962. Everybody, they recorded their first single in 1962. They became famous in 1963. They became famous in 1963. कितना आसान है? They became famous. वो famous हो गए. When they played more than 200 concerts. 200 से ज़्यादा concert play किया. They played more than 200 concerts. They became famous. इस पूरी लाइन को पढ़िए. They became famous in 1963 when they played more than 200 concerts. In 1964, next year, they went to the United States. कितना आसान है? They went to the United States for the first time. पहली बार का English?
For
For
the
the
first
first time.
हिंदी में 2 words. पहली बार. English में?
Yeah. For the first time.
4 word. For the first time.
For the first time.
They went to the United States for the first time and played on American television. उनका प्रोग्राम कहाँ आया? TV पे आया.
American television.
Yeah, they played on
American
American television. It means their program was shown on American television. Their performance was on TV. End of concerts. The Beatles stopped. The Beatles stopped what?
Stop
Stopped what?
playing live concerts.
Playing live concerts. ठीक है? सर ने मुझसे बात करना बंद कर दिया. कैसे बोलेंगे?
Sir, stop talking to me.
Sir, stop talking.
Very good. Sir, stop talking to me. Right? अच्छा. सर ने मुझे डांटना बंद कर दिया. कैसे बोलेंगे?
Sir, stop scolding me.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? सर ने मेरी मदद करना बंद कर दिया. How will you say that?
Sir, stop helping to me.
Stopped helping me.
Helping me. All right. Sir stopped helping me. All right. The Beatles stopped playing live concert. मेरी बेटी ने मेरी बात मानना बंद कर दिया. My daughter
Stopped my
stopped listening to me. My daughter stopped listening to me.
Stop to me.
My daughter stopped listening to me. Okay. The Beatles stopped playing live concerts in 1966. उन लोगों ने बंद कर दिया. Why? Because the audience so much noise that nobody could hear the music. Because the audience made so much noise that nobody could hear the music. The audience made so much noise, इतना ज़्यादा हल्ला, कैसे बोल रहे हैं? So much noise, that nobody could hear. किसी को आवाज नहीं सुनाई पड़ता था. Music ही सुनाई नहीं पड़ता था. That nobody could hear the music. सब इतना हल्ला कर रहे थे कि सर क्या बोल रहे थे पता ही नहीं चल रहा था. The students made so much noise that we could not hear the teacher. The students made
so much noise that we couldn't hear the
we couldn't hear the
we couldn't hear
the teacher.
We couldn't hear the teacher. Easy?
Yes.
We will not finish it today because, you know, I don't like finishing anything very fast. So go slow, take your time. जो भी मैंने explain किया है, make similar sentences, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Is that done?
It's the last sentence.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.
The last sentence. Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye. Good night. Good night. Practice.